You know those moments when you spend hours and hours and hours on a project, and once everything is finished, something disastrous happens. After purchasing this truck for $2,800 on Facebook Marketplace, tearing it all the way down to the frame, and of course trying to restore it the best way that I possibly can at the house, I ran into a little snag where I dropped the engine on the ground and I broke the oil cooler housing. And that housing adapts to the oil filter, so obviously I can't reuse it, I have to replace it. But the good news, however, is I do have a spare oil cooler that I pulled off of the donor engine. And since at the time the cab was up in the air, I had full access to the engine. It only took me like 20 minutes to install this oil cooler. It was awesome. These oil coolers are very problematic. As a matter of fact, they leak all the time. And when they leak, it's very expensive. It takes hours and hours to replace. And sometimes even when you replace it, they still leak. I was really worried about this after I started the vehicle for the very first time. Lo and behold, that thing is leaking, and it's leaking bad. And when I mean bad, the truck could be sitting in the garage even just for a day, and the ground will be covered in coolant. So at that point, it got me thinking I might as well just go forward with that upgrade that Banks Power has on their website. And the upgrade that I'm talking about is a 2020 Plus oil cooler that you can get from a Duramax, or what they like to call an L5P oil cooler upgrade. So I reached out to the guys at Banks, and unfortunately, they're out of stock. Those parts are on back order, and they've been on back order for a while, so we have to wait. I also reached out to the D-Max store, and they're telling me the same exact thing, and it just goes on and on and on. I searched everywhere, and unfortunately, I came down to this point. I'm desperate. I found an oil cooler that's used off of a 2010, but make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because if this thing leaks after the fact, I'm going to cry. I'm literally going to cry. I had this pulled out of a 2010 Duramax and LMM, but where this thing is in fact leaking after looking at it, it's leaking like right here. There's a huge gasket that mates right in between the two pieces. And luckily this is good, so I don't want to disturb it, and this is the updated part. But in our great economy in these days, there's really no other way to do this. I can't find another one. And of course I'm gonna make it right and put new gaskets and stuff in there. But it's gonna take me a long time to do. My fault, 100% my fault. I should have known better. I need to stop being so impatient when I do things. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove it now. This job in total is probably gonna take me 2 or 3 hours, unfortunately. I know I'm gonna fight with it. Not only that, just making sure the gaskets mate right and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix the leak, put coolant in the truck, and fire it up, and just watch till the end, because I'm gonna be really frustrated if it keeps leaking. Okay, I really need to stop talking like that. I'm gonna go ahead and just start working right now and remove that part. So I'll see you when I'm done. I about took a coolant bath, but once you pull it, all of the residual coolant that's already left in there just spills out everywhere. Check it out. I have it running on the hoist. I'm gonna go ahead and get underneath it right now, check things out. I'm sure we're good. All right, so before we start anything, I gotta start moving trucks. It is -2 right now, and the wind chill is -22. It is cold, and I haven't started the LBZ Duramax in about a week and a half. And the Powerstroke I just started a week ago. It's just been kind of sitting here. I don't even know how this is gonna start. As a matter of fact, we're gonna start the LMM as well. Stay tuned for a future video on this one right here. It is so important you guys watch this video if you own a Duramax, because I have some breakthrough information that I wanna share with you on this truck here. And this one may not start just because I have to replace a couple of the glow plugs. They are not working. So hopefully this will work out. I think out of all 4 of these diesel trucks outside, I think LMM will definitely start. This one will not. I'm not worried about this whatsoever. This is actually gonna sound kind of cool. And the Powerstroke is a maybe, but I think it's gonna start easier than this Duramax. So we'll see what happens. It's just outside for 5 minutes. Ugh. And I have to heat up my camera with the heater. Cause yeah, it just froze on me. This is great. All right, here goes nothing. Oh boy, he had his windshield wipers on. Come on. Oh, that was too easy. That was too easy. Oh. I'm more worried about this thing starting than anything. And not only that, I just put that aftermarket fuel cooler on there, and I honestly think that the fuel's gelled up right now. I don't think she's gonna start. I might have to put a jump pack on this one. Dang it, that sucks. All right, I'll come back to this. Just so you guys know, I have 2 brand new batteries in this Powerstroke. It's a 6005. And also I installed a 6.7 liter Powerstroke starter in this truck so it cranks a little bit easier. But I already know this thing's gonna be temperamental. Let's do this. I don't know. Ah. Gotta love modern technology, right? She's gonna start, I don't care. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just have the Cummins start. If it does, it should. Then we're gonna go ahead and just jump the trucks with the Dodge. We'll see what happens. She almost started. My face is freezing. Let's try it again. Oh boy. All I gotta say is wait till she kicks in high idle. It's gonna be crazy. All right, I'm getting nowhere. I'm not promoting this at all. I just have like 4 of these bottles in my garage. Just some anti-gel stuff. I don't even care. It works, whatever. But I'm desperate at this point. I gotta get it in there. Hopefully my neighbors don't get mad. Come on. Oh. Yeah. She wants to start. I'm not trying to turn this video into a cold start video. This is kind of lame. But we're gonna get this truck started, man. I'm already too invested. All right, so I have it on jump start. So let's see what happens. Okay, so this is lovely. My camera died. My camera died right here as I was filming. It was an epic cold start. Just trust me on that when I say it. Super upset, but I'm glad she fired up. Oh man, that sounded amazing. That's too bad. I wish I would have got that on camera. But yeah, that was the hardest thing to start right there, by far. Man. But I do appreciate the Cummins for saving the day for sure. And some embarrassing news here I wanted to talk to you guys quickly about. I ran out of diesel, so yeah, it was sitting there for like a half hour idling. There was barely any diesel in this truck anyways. She just died. So after successfully installing the oil cooler on this truck, I'm just filling this thing up with coolant. I'm gonna go ahead and let it sit and idle outside. And then I'm gonna go back and check on it and see if it's leaking. Let's just hope it doesn't, because that was a big job. Took me a while. It's too bad. I wish you guys would have heard that cold start. That sounded amazing. We'll just let that 9-blade sing for a little bit. Let the truck warm up. But this truck's been sitting for about 15 minutes now at idle, just sitting there. So far, so good. I parked it over the snow on purpose, just in case there's any leaks I can tell. But I'm seeing nothing. This is good, man. This is a good sign. So now that I'm done with that, I got to bring this truck back in the garage. But unfortunately, she's been sitting overnight. It's cold, man. Took me a while to start this old girl, but she fired up. All right, so I got super sidetracked yesterday. I was gonna try to finish this video and get it posted, but unfortunately that didn't work out. My heater is not heating my shop. It's crazy. I mean, this whole shop is spray foam. I know that there's heat leaking out of the windows. I'm sure there is in this back door, which I still need to insulate. And there's my wood burner outside. It is just working overtime. The best thing that I can tell you right now is just keep your diesel truck plugged in. Of course, use that anti-gel stuff. Put it in your diesel tank so your fuel doesn't freeze. You know what? Let me just stop rambling about the weather. Let us know in the comments, what is the coldest that you've seen in the climates that you live in? But after I fix the leak here, it's the limit that I'm in now. Of course, we talked about the fenders, you know, how bulged they are. This is a very rare bed. We talked about the flared out fenders. They look pretty cool, but they don't match the wheel and tire setup. This is kind of the wheel and tire setup that I'd like to stick with. Real talk, when I first put this bed on the truck, I really wasn't that crazy about it. It didn't look good, but it's starting to grow on me. I think once we get the mirrors on there, the grill, the truck painted, stuff like that, I think it's really gonna come to life. Also, I would like to do a third brake light, you know, just little touches. So these are 33-inch tires. They're not very wide, obviously. We want to widen them out a little bit. This is really hard for me to do. I really hate doing this. I am not a fan of wheel spacers, but we're gonna do it, guys. So here we go. All I gotta say is if you have wheel spacers on your vehicle, be responsible about them. So if you do put them on the back end of your truck or the front, or you have all 4 wheel spacers, maybe one weekend you have off of work, just go out in the driveway, take your wheels off, retighten these things, you know what I mean? Make sure they're all set to, I would say 100 foot-pounds of torque. That's usually what I go with, maybe 110 just to be safe. As a matter of fact, in this kit, it does come with Loctite. Some of you guys may differ, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of folks actually run some wheel spacers, but I'm not a big fan. I'd rather just have wider wheels as far as I'm concerned. So let's keep moving on the build here. Let's go ahead and put these things on and see what it looks like. I'm actually really excited to see how it fills up the rear. Nothing. Let's hope these lug studs don't poke out of the wheel spacer. Ooh, they fit. Nice. Other than me talking bad about wheel spacers, I'm actually really pumped to see what this looks like, because I know this is going to be way wider. These are some wide girls. I'm gonna go ahead and run these in, but I think they're a little too wide. Oh man, you know what? It looks really good. It actually looks perfect. I can't do this video any justice unless I pull it outside, but they fill up the wheel wells perfectly in my opinion. But what really sucks is it's like -4 outside. And I gotta do another cold start. Oh, I hate this. So I gotta pull this truck out again in order to get this out, and then we'll go ahead and look at this thing outside. I really wanna take this all in. This is awesome. I know we talked about the front end, maybe buying some popped out front fenders, but honestly, I really don't want to do that because I don't want it to come out and bite me. But back on topic, check this out, guys. Look at this. It looks so much better. I thought she was going to stick out wider, honestly, but it's really not. It looks really good. It almost looks factory. Without the trained eye, it actually looks like a dually. It really does. But I'm happy with it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. I want to know. But so far, so good. It has not dripped at all. It's bone dry underneath there. I've had it running for a while. I even drove it down the road just to make sure. I didn't see a single leak come off of this truck. So we're good. Like I said, I'm not going to do the bulged out fenders to match up the bed. I know some of you guys are going to hate me saying that, but it is what it is. But I am super happy with how this turned out, guys. Thank you so much for watching the videos. But that will conclude today's restoring a rusty, junky, 20-year-old Duramax. It's coming along. It's looking good. We'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned.